Hello friends, in this video I'm going to answer the question, how do I know if I'm depressed or if it's self-pity? Well, those two things are overlapping Venn diagrams, and there is a very simple 9-question quiz that can assess whether you're going through what's called clinical depression. I'll add a link in the description and you can check through that list, and if you answer more than 5 or 6 of those in the yes, then you are clinically depressed, and you would do well to get some professional help. And depression is just part of the human condition. It's basically how your body is responding to the stresses of life in your thoughts and feelings and your history and circumstances, as well as your chemical body, relationships, and even spirituality. So it's a multifaceted kind of a situation, and unfortunately they call it mental health when it's overall health. It affects your emotional health, it affects your behaviors, it affects your functioning, it affects every part of your being, and it's not an optimal or a healthy place to be long term. So if you can afford the help, or if you can respond and take the next step of action, that will help you to get to a better place and bring more health, less stress in your life. You can simply do that by adding a reply. If you want to go private, you can message me privately and leave an email address at djchuang.com/contact, and I would be happy to respond to you with a word of encouragement if you just need someone to listen and hear you out, to let you know that you're not alone and you have the courage to take that next step because you watched this video, which is a good indicator that you have something in you that's fighting for life and wanting more health. Now, in contrast to depression, which may be a short-term thing if it's less than 2 weeks of those symptoms that are in the assessment checklist, we all experience sadness short-term, and many of us experience depression longer-term. And that may be a long-term condition in terms of a year or 2 years, or a chronic meaning something that is quote-unquote always there, a part of your life that you have to actively manage, or it may be a shorter term kind of a thing that after you have good treatment, which may involve talk therapy and counseling as well as medication, that you can live a reasonably and comfortable normal life and have a much better quality of life than what you are struggling and suffering with right now in terms of depression. Regarding self-pity, that's a small, I would say, I'm not a clinical or professional person, so I'm just speaking from my life experience, that self-pity is just one slice, one dimension of how you perceive yourself and feeling bad for yourself. And I have been there. I have struggled with self-pity for many years, especially in my teens and 20s, and it took quite a bit of work on my own thinking, rewiring my brain. So the hope there is that your brain has this thing called neuroplasticity, which means it is malleable like silly putty or slime, and you can reshape it to think new thoughts and to rewire your thinking and your feelings and how you see yourself, and how others can help in that process. So don't do it alone. Find 1 or 2 people that you can trust, that you feel safe with, and begin to see, have them help you to see yourself as a valuable person, because you are created in the image of God and you have inherent worth. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know if I could be of help.